Hello, and welcome to Stories from India, a podcast where we talk about myths, legends, and folk tales from India. I'm your host, Narad Muni, and I'm a mythological character myself. I have the gift of eternal life and knowledge of the past, the present, and the future. By profession, I'm a traveling musician and a storyteller. So the way I'm doing my job is by podcast. I've had some good listener feedback recently, and accordingly, I've changed the format of the show a little bit to suit your preferences. The characters of the week are now a separate mini episode by themselves. In today's mini episode, we'll meet Shishupal. While most of our characters of the week have been generally good people, Shishupal's a villain. Shishupal's mom, Shrutashrav, was Vasudev's sister. Vasudev, if you have heard episode 11, The Boy Who Lived, was Krishna's father. When Shishupal was born, he had 4 arms and 3 eyes. Normally, that's a sign of being divine. Look at most gods. They have an extra pair of arms. And Shiva has 3 eyes. But this case was totally different. Understandably, Shishupal's parents were shocked to see their baby boy with the extra pair of arms and the extra eye. They did what new parents would do. They took the baby to the pediatrician. Given these were ancient times, the pediatrician didn't know how to handle this and redirected them to a priest. The priest had a ready explanation. The good news was that the extra pair of arms and the eyes were temporary. Within a month, the boy would look normal. There was absolutely no risk of being bullied in the playground. The bad news was that the extra arms and the extra eye would only disappear when the baby came into contact with the one who would kill him. The parents were disturbed, of course, as you'd expect them to be. Over the next few days, they were sad, even as they were introducing the baby to all of their family. And then, Krishna and Balaram arrived. They were Shrutashrav's favorite nephews. Thinking this would be a pleasant change from the terrible news they'd been brooding on all the time, they introduced their baby boy to Krishna and Balaram. The moment they did, the extra pair of arms and the extra eye disappeared. Shishupal's parents were in shock. Their boy was going to be killed by their favorite nephew. Shrutashrav pleaded with Krishna to spare her baby boy. Krishna, of course, being an avatar of Vishnu, knew exactly what was going to happen in the future. He was fond of Shrutashrav though, so he promised her that he would not harm Shishupal in any way. At least, until the boy had committed 100 sins. So basically, he was giving Shishupal 100 get-out-of-jail-free cards. All that Shishupal had to do was to keep a running total of every sin he committed and make sure he didn't exceed 100. And only serious sins counted, not minor things like picking his nose or jaywalking. What happened next is a story for a later episode, when we get to the Mahabharata. That's all for this mini episode. In this weekend's full episode, we'll finally begin on the Mahabharata. Kind of. We won't get to the main story, but we'll cover what happened at the very, very beginning. There are some ties to the Ramayana as well. We learned that if you ever get engaged to someone, you shouldn't just forget about them. Also, if you lose a ring in a river, it might show up sooner or later on your dinner table. If you have comments or suggestions, please leave a comment or a review on the site sfipodcast.com or tweet at sfipodcast. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to subscribe to the show to get notified automatically of new episodes. And thanks to all your listeners for your continued support and your feedback. The music is from purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com. I'll see you later.